What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy CB. We are back for another huddle watch along with a recruit. This time in the 2025 class, four-star linebacker Mantrez Walker committed to Michigan, one of the hardest hitting linebackers in the 2024-2025, whatever class you want to name. Instinctual, probably diagnoses kind of like at quarterback speed when you watch him out there. You can tell that he's coached well and he's a student of the game. Easily some of the best film you will watch, but you don't want to hear me tell it. You want to hear him tell it. So without further ado, four-star linebacker Mantrez Walker. What's up, bro?
What's going on, man? Appreciate that introduction.
Hey, no problem, man. Look, you earned it. I just said the stuff that's already on film. You've earned all that. And speaking of earning it, you guys are coming off of another dub, 3-0 to start off the season. How's that feeling? How's the locker room? How's the temperature around the guys after another dub?
It feels good, man. To the outside, people feel like we've been dominating teams, but inside, we still know we have some things to work on. We haven't reached all of our goals. We haven't played a full complete game yet as one, so we're just working to get better and go 1-0 every week.
How hard is it, or how not hard is it? Because you can speak to your coaching and the way they prepare you guys to have a team where there's an expectation going into the season of winning, but you still have to do the work. You still have to approach it week by week. You can't think state in week one. You
Right.
got to defeat the person in front of you. How hard is it, or maybe not hard, because of the guidance you guys have to keep that tunnel vision to know, okay, 3-0, now it's time to go 4-0 and not look ahead.
Well, our coaches, they do a good job preparing us for that. They pretty much prepare for every team the same way. So like, it's no game too big or too little. We look at every opponent like, because every opponent is gonna give us their best match because of who we are. So they always say, we don't play hard because the other team talks trash. We play hard because we're Buford and we're Buford football. So every game is a big game because we're in it. They come to see us. So
I
we
love
just go
that.
out and go in with a one and no mentality each and out every week.
I absolutely love that. That you can see the discipline on the field when you watch you guys play. We'll get into that in a second. But something I had to ask you, you're going into the Big Ten in a couple years. You are a Big Ten linebacker on pay. If I could write down a Big Ten linebacker, you are it in a nutshell. How much of the style of play at Michigan and in that conference led you to your decision versus maybe school or fit, or was it a combination of all things?
Um, Michigan was one of my favorite schools since I was younger, so I pretty much was waiting on that offer throughout the recruiting process. But I'm still going around seeing other places. Haven't came to a final conclusion yet, but yes, I do love the Big Ten out of every other conference. I feel like my style of play fits that. Being a gap plugger, gap fitter, a guy who makes calls, captain of defense type stuff. So I definitely feel like the Michigan scheme and other Big Ten schemes, I can fit in well and excel early on the field.
Do you remember that first offer you got, your very first one?
Yes, sir. Um, it was March 5th. It was second semester in my freshman year. So one day after I was practicing track, after track practice, coach hit me up. He invited me to a prospect day. Coach Skier from Arkansas. He actually just like re-offered me a couple of days ago. He got a new job at UNLV, but he told me to come down there. He was the first coach to believe in me. Me and my family, we drove 10 hours down there to Arkansas, so we came back with it, and I'm super proud. And ever since then, everything been rolling. Felt good to know, hard work pays off.
Was it everything you thought it was going to be when you got that first offer? Because obviously that's one of the goals. The goal is
Yeah.
the league, but to get there, you got to get the next level. Did it meet those expectations when you first got that offer? Did it feel how you thought it would?
It definitely met the expectations just to have somebody, believe in you, and you seeing all of your peers posting, blessed to receive each and every week, people that's older than you. So for me to start doing that, for my recruitment process to start, it just, meant a lot to me.
Is it interesting now being on the other side of that? Now you're a leader on the team and on the defense, and
Right.
you're seeing the younger guys get there first. Blessed to get my offer. Is it interesting being on the other side of that, being able to tell a younger
Definitely.
guy, "Hey, don't worry, bro. Like it will come. Trust me."
Yeah, definitely for sure. Because being at a school like Buford, it's easy to get down on yourself. Like, I'm not getting level of PT I want. I can't get on the field for schools to see me. But just trusting the process, listening to these coaches week in week out, like they really know what they're talking about. They really know what they're doing. So if you just put your head down, work, and make plays when your number is called, like they'll find you, especially at a school like Buford. So
They look, the cream will rise to the top. And when we talk about making plays on the field, Mr. Walker, we're gonna start out with his sophomore tape, and you are going to see one of the most talented linebackers you will see on film and in space. For someone that can play downhill and play in the box as well as you can, you also have that athleticism to play in space. And then when it's time to lower the hat, fumble, force the fumble here. And another thing I love about your game, great energy on the field.
yes,
Like,
sir.
you can tell that the rest of the defense gets hype off of you. This is something he does probably better than anyone else you will see. Ability in pursuit, to not get caught up in the wash, to take good angles. And once he gets his hands, shoulder pads, or helmet on a ball carrier, that's it. This ability to go sideline to sideline like this, not get caught up in the wash, recognize and fill. What do you attribute that high football IQ to as a middle linebacker?
Just bro, like all my life, I really never been the fastest, so I know I gotta do other things better than other people. So me being able to diagnose plays before it happened, knowing it's gonna be at this gap at this time, I just know I gotta beat the person to the punch. So if I can beat you to that point punch, then I can make the big play.
And you see that a lot. You see, as a linebacker, you don't guess wrong much, if not at all. You see, you play assignment football really, really well. I like to call it measured aggression. It's aggression, but it's measured. You're not making bonehead plays or shooting the gaps just trying to be a superhero. How much is film study important to you when you see plays like this, where you recognize this pre-snap? When this ball is snapped, your back foot's in the ground, you are gone.
Yes,
How
sir.
much is that film study and understanding tendencies?
Oh, definitely. Just watching little things. Being a linebacker, especially, being in Georgia going against 7A opponents, you're sometimes at a disadvantage, especially being in the middle because you're either covered up or got to fit this certain gap. But if you could diagnose certain little things that the offensive linemen are doing, certain little hand gestures, feet movement, we study that throughout the week. So when the time comes on Friday, it's time for us to make plays.
You can see that again on a play like this here, not getting caught up in the wash, realizing a 71's coming to the second level. Nope. And your ability to chop your feet, go in full speed, break down, and make a play. That sound tackling, has that always been a part of your game? That fundamental tackling that they teach us back in seventh and eighth grade, yeah, squat down, chest up, but you actually see it on your film. Have you always had crisp fundamentals like that?
Oh, definitely for sure. Like when I was in Little League, being in linebacker stands, doing little read steps and stuff. I've been doing that since I was like 6, 7, 8 years old. So just putting on extra stuff as you get to high school, knowing different angles of the game. The only thing that changed from Little League to high school is um, speed of the game and just knowing like little stuff like pulls. You're just not running into empty space. So definitely that.
And again, here, you in pursuit. This sideline to sideline, big boy, try to get you at the second level. Get off me.
Yes,
And
sir.
this is that again. Look at the whole squad in pursuit. It's almost like y'all have a I gotta get there first like
Yeah.
mentality or something. It's like it's almost like before the ball snap, you tell everybody like $10. Like everybody gotta it's really, really cool though to see a team swarm, even when you have somebody in the backfield here. Watch the
You know,
swarm.
where I coach, he emphasized every week letting them go, bullets fly. So we all trying to get to that ball, and you know if you can't run full speed for the limited amount of reps that we do have, because we do a lot of rotation. So if you can't run full speed for 3 to 4 reps, then you're on the wrong field, you're on the wrong team. So
This here, Mantrez, this versatility to get back in coverage. for a linebacker that hit like you do and come downhill like you do, and then you're gonna tell me that you got the speed to come out here on a jailbreak like this?
Yes, sir. You'll see that on it's like it's a clip from this year too, from like last week, a week ago. It was like the same situation on that play.
I absolutely love that. What's more rewarding for you? Big hit in the hole on a running back, or when that receiver decides to run a drag route across your face and he don't think you got the coverage skills you got?
I feel like I feel like big hit in the hole on a running back because like that's like a statement. Like you're sending something early in the game. If you can stop the run early in the game, they're not gonna want to do it no more. Like that big hit on the receiver, like it's cool. It look cool on the highlights, but like he may not see you, so it's just like if you really can face somebody up, you can lay that hit for real.
And he can avoid you for the rest of the game. He
Oh
can
yeah,
make sure
yeah,
that receiver can make sure, hey, this drag route will never be at 4 yards again. Not while 14 is out there. But the running back, he got to come see you early and often.
he tried to hold me right here.
Beautiful Olay there, though. Beautiful. Sidestepped him. Because they love getting to the second level because they think they get a chance to punish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And he did try to wrap his arm around your waist there. Still got off. Your
It was
ability to
like
get off blocks, and then the relentlessness here to not give up. When I say, bro, held on to the leg because he knew instinctively
yeah.
green is coming. Like my boys are coming.
Yeah,
That there and
I knew I had to get a piece of this tackle.
so what is it like playing on a defense like that? You got another linebacker next to you, Jaden, 5-star. You've got KJ Bolden in the secondary, defensive line full of monsters. What is it like playing on a defense like that where my guy next to me got me, my guy behind me got me? If we all handle business, all will be well.
It's just a good thing to know. Like Jaden been my guy ever since I got to be for ninth grade. So me knowing that he gonna be on that edge, he gonna come set that edge. If he forces it back into me, it's over with. If the dude bounce it outside, I know what he gonna do. And I love my D line. Like without my D line, I wouldn't be me. So Edric Houston, he gonna force that double team. Bryce Perry, right? He a youngin. He 5-star sophomore. He gonna force that double team. Nico Maggio in the middle. He gonna do what he's supposed to do. So
Can you
I
speak
trust.
to how important it is when you have defensive linemen that are not just up the field pass rushers, but guys that are going to eat up space and, like you said, force a double team, eat up blocks? That is going to allow you to roam freely and do what you do better than most, which is fill the gaps.
Yes, sir. Well, definitely because we all about defensive making plays for others, like helping others out. So we know at the end of the day, everybody gonna eat. Everybody gonna get their chance to make a play. So if I go in a blitz and I gotta create this gap for my D lineman to get behind me and right behind me, I'm gonna eventually get that back at the end of the game. Where if he got to create space to boil in a guard to help me be free on the blitz, I'm appreciate that too. So everything gonna work out in his favor.
Team football, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
the reason I keep rewinding this here is there's a couple plays here where we see you coming off the edge. You wicked coming off the edge, bro. You got
Oh
some
yeah,
bend to you coming off the edge.
yeah. You'll see that more in my junior couple plays. My junior year, me coming off the edge because like they used me a little bit more versatile this year with some different little formations that we have. But my first position ever was actually DN. So
Really?
yeah, so
So
being
you
off
can
the edge.
see it here. I was gonna say the way you punch, keep your outside shoulder free. I'm like, all right, he do this. What made you make the switch to linebacker?
Well, like I played DN probably like 5U, 6U, but like I was watching like I always watch Ray Lewis, Luke Kuechly, all of them, and I always knew I was a hitter. So just learning the position, you know.
Are those guys you try to model your game after still to this day?
Yes, Luke Kuechly, Reuben Foster, they're my guys.
And you want to talk about tackling machines too? That as a middle linebacker too, to be that guy that's a tackling machine, but also a quarterback. You've said it a few times here. your ability to put people in the right positions and to be a quarterback on the defense. Speak to how important that is, because I think a lot of times people think defensive guys are just heads on fire and you know what I mean, nothing in
Yeah,
between the ears. But a middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense. You do have to have it in between the ears as well. Can you speak to how important that is?
oh, definitely. It's definitely important because, we're the ones who turn to the sideline and get the calls. We're the ones who get everybody lined up. So without us, people aren't in their position. And our coach always say half the players going in pre-snap. So if we don't get lined up pre-snap, then we're not going to be able to do what we need to do to make the play. So just us understanding that us being vocal on the field, that's very important. Getting people lined up in different positions. Because somebody not lined up in the gap they're supposed to be, the way our defense is, if one person is out of place, it can mess up the whole play. So everything got to be right.
It is insanely important for everyone else to also trust you. You know what I mean? For you to be able to make calls and change things or tell a guy, "Hey, I see this, I see that." They also have to have trust in you. For someone who started out younger as a leader, as a middle linebacker, was the vocal aspect of the game always something that came easy to you, or did you have to grow into that leadership role, that role where you knew you could let guys know, not just telling them where they needed to be on defense, but hold them accountable as well?
Well, I've always been pretty much like a leader, like wherever I was at. But at Buford, adapting to a new spot. I'm not from Buford, so I moved up to Buford, had to meet new people, build new relationships. So, me being thrown in the fire my sophomore year, having to start a lot of games my sophomore year, I had to grow up, become a leader, tell people what they needed to do. And this year, I definitely feel more comfortable being a leader, putting people in the right position on and off the field. So, I'm very thankful for that.
What was it like being thrown into that fire? Did you feel like it took a bit for the game to slow down for you that sophomore year, or was it relatively quick where you adjusted and the game started to slow down for you?
I think it was relatively quick, but it was definitely it was definitely big. Like it was a big difference. Speed of the game changed, but I was pretty much ready for it. Like my freshman year, I ain't gonna lie, I was mad every week, but those just like things have been. Those are things have been at Buford. Trusting the process, listening to my head coach, Coach App. Um, he really laid it all down for me, so I'm thankful for him for that. And I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him, for me trusting in the
Is
program.
is that just the competitor in you? Is that just the competitor in you that was like, I gotta get out there. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I gotta get out there.
Oh yes, for sure. Like, I knew at some point that I knew at some point that I was gonna play. I mean, like my freshman year, I was in a rotation, but I wasn't starting like the way I wanted to. My sophomore year, I said, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to get out of this. So I got to go ahead and lock in. And it wasn't even the talent part. It was me body developing for varsity level football and me knowing the stuff. Like Beaver ain't gonna lost a lot of calls. You got to know all the stuff. You got to know about heart. And me knowing both positions, both inside backer positions, that help you get on the field faster too. So just taking heed to everything that the coaches was saying.
Learning that playbook, I don't think people understand that sometimes that's what holds an athlete back. It's not always is he good enough to get on the field. Again, as the middle linebacker, when things go awry, there's 10 guys in the huddle looking at you like, what we do? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if and your coach also needs to have that trust in you that if you're out there in something that's not going to work, you can see that,
Right.
either relay that or just turn around and go, yo, you got to do this. I know what we said, but I know you see homeboy lined up in the slot. Like, we got to change this.
Right.
All those things are important. And we are going to see now a junior year Mantrez Walker. This is his most recent game, which is every time I see North Cobb, it makes me think of Randall Cobb. So here we got our boy in the middle. Okay, we just shooting out like a missile. Y'all, when they say shoot the gap, hey, he felt that in the morning, bro. He felt that in the morning and the energy. So this is what I wanted to get to. Cause you got some energy out there when you balling. What kind of player
Yeah,
is Mantrez when he having a game? Were you talking or are you quiet?
no, I'm definitely talking. Like this year, I ain't gonna lie. This year I definitely been talking to the whole bunch. I ain't gonna lie. Maybe it's the neck brace, but I definitely been talking. I definitely been talking the whole bunch. This particular play though, like I was mad coming out of halftime. We was in a little juggernaut battle. A couple of adjustments had to be made, so I was already mad. My dad was on me, like coming out of halftime, so I had to just unleash it all
Make a
on him.
statement.
Right.
So what's the squad like after you come out at halftime? The game's not going how y'all want. It's not Buford football, and then you obviously know. All right, somebody got to set the tone here.
Right.
And now my head on fire because I'm not playing up to my potential. And you come out and you make a stop like this. What's the squad like after that?
Oh, the squad was definitely turned. Like if you see KJ coming behind you, like the squad was definitely turned. We come out of halftime, like let's get it up, let's pick it up, let's play our level of
And you
football. So
see, I'm guessing this is the following play. You see, you still rallying the troops right
yeah,
now.
this is the next play. This is the next play.
Being that vocal leader in the middle, growing into that position. Is it interesting now you seeing yourself versus Mantrez Walker 2 years ago? The growth that you've had.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like 2 years ago, when I first got to Buford, I'm not gonna say I was like I wasn't gonna say I was like selfish, but I was in it like just for me. Like I wanted to make plays just for me on Fridays, like type stuff. So now being in the role where I can make others better is just like rewarding.
So this team ran the ball up the middle quite a bit on y'all, I'm guessing, or attempted to. Do you love games like that? Because obviously, in today's day and age, it's a lot of spread offense. It's a lot of dink and dunk, get the ball on the edge. When you got an opponent that want to play some smash mouth football, does that get you extra excited for the game?
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely get me extra excited for the game because I know like it's potential they gonna try me. They gonna try to do certain stuff on me. So
Is this more in the second half? Y'all really were turned in the second half. Y'all weren't given an inch here.
mhm. Yeah, second half we was definitely more
N-
turned.
no push up front. You see y'all's no push by the offensive line. Swarming. Yeah, I don't know if I want to play running back against this front seven. I don't. And it's not just the front seven. Y'all got DBs out here hitting like linebackers. Your defensive ends are out here in pursuit like linebackers. Y'all two here had a who can get there fastest competition. It is completely swarming when you see this defense. It's one of the coolest things to see, and we're gonna continue to see it when we watch more. So Mallard Creek High School here, another dub for y'all this year. Talk to us about this game. What was this game like for you guys?
Oh, we came out kind of sluggish. We had to get it up. We was fresh off the road. We left this day, so we had to get it up after a while. But we ended up getting everything. Yeah, this was one of them little screen passes.
So that's another aspect of Buford football that's interesting. You guys play a lot of out of state teams. A lot of teams do not have to deal with things like when you say on the road, that doesn't necessarily mean like here in Texas, an away game is an hour drive. Like sometimes you guys are down in, you may be playing a team in Florida, somebody may be flying in. How is that, bro? Having to get yourself ready fresh off of either a flight, a long bus ride. Is that something you had to adjust to playing at Buford as well?
Not at all, because when I was younger, I played for a travel team called Red
So you're
Breeze.
used to it.
Yeah, we were going out of town pretty much every week. But like for others on the team, it might be an adjustment. But I was pretty much prepared for this. But we definitely had a long day getting off the bus, just getting acclimated to North Carolina and their environment. So we came out there. We started off a little sluggish, but we ended up getting it right. Came out
Do
with the
you
W.
think that that's something that younger players should look into when they're playing little league ball, starting to play on travel teams if they want to play at some of these more premier high school teams at the next level to get them used to traveling, used to playing top flight opponents, and obviously it gives you a bit of a leg up if you're going to a powerhouse school. You kind of know how this goes. All right, I need to make sure I pack my bag, blah blah blah. You just have a frame of reference of how this is supposed to work.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just being in that environment, being in that travel league environment, it gets you prepared for national opponents. Everybody that I pretty much went against the little league, they're like the nationally ranked people now. So like I pretty much had already knew them from guys from Maryland, Texas, Florida, Cali. But wherever you're at, like if you dominate wherever you're at, you'll be straight regardless. Like it's kids that played GFL for Buford that went on and 5-star, 4-star prospects. So it's really not about what you play. It's just like what you do when you get there. So
Well said. Now, on a play like this, we see you on a screen again. This is what we call sideline to sideline speed and closing. Hello. This aspect of your game is a bit underrated because of how physical you are inside the box. This aspect of your game, being able to play in space like this, is very underrated. But again, in today's game where they want to spread everyone out, having a linebacker you don't have to take off the field on third downs or in situations like this, it's vital. And then we see the energy from the whole squad again. You included whole squad, Jack. So, how was this second half? You say you guys came out a little sluggish in the first half. How was the second half for you guys?
second half we got turned up on that play. Creeped up to the line, backed up. I seen the screen out of my peripheral. Had to dodge the lineman. I knew when I got to the point of contact that I was gonna hit him. Like because we have been watching that all week in film. So when that screen came inside, I knew what was going on.
That's a man that studies film. From the second you put your back foot in the ground, gone. Great job by your defensive end too. Sometimes it's not always about getting there. Disrupt the
Right.
pass, get your arms up. Because now he throws a ball a little high, right? So that makes the receiver
Mm-hmm.
have to jump a little bit,
Tap his
gives you an
sword.
extra second to get over there.
Right.
It's not always about what shows up in the stat sheet. This here ain't gonna show up for him in the stat sheet, but him just being disruptive here gives all you guys an extra chance to swarm.
Mm-hmm.
That's assignment football. It's not always about getting there or being the hero. Sometimes you could be the hero, it just don't show up on the stat sheet.
Right.
And that's a he got arms for days, bro. Yeah, that defensive line is something. So how much more are you wanting to come off the edge this year and be a bit more versatile?
Depending on situations of the game, like I feel like I can do it all, but I definitely like coming off the edge in certain situations. You know, sometimes when you're off the edge, you only got one man to beat. When you're in the box, you got two guys to beat. Then you got to fit a certain gap. But I prefer being in the box, but playing off the edge definitely not a problem.
That's interesting that you prefer being in the box. What is it about what is it about linebackers that enjoy that physicality that because it's chaos.
Yeah,
It's a lot of moving parts around you. What is it about linebacker that you enjoy?
like that's pretty much what attracted me to the game. All the physicality, stuff like that. What it is about a linebacker that I like. You're in the middle of everything. You're calling out. You're calling out everything. You're saying stuff before it happens. You're getting people adjusted, getting people lined up. You get to be the one that calls the shots. You can deliver the blow. You don't got to wait for nobody really. See stuff open, you can just go fill it right now.
Again,
And
y'all
you don't get all the
swarm.
like, especially as an inside backer, you're not gonna get all the glory like being being an outside guy that get all the sacks, being a receiver that catch all the touchdowns, quarterback that make the big throws. So the thing that got to
Safeties
turn
get the
you up is
picks.
right. The thing that's got to turn you up, knocking people out when you get the opportunity. That's what turned me up.
Do you remember your first big hit? Like your first
High school or
Ooh,
high school or little league?
high school.
Um, my first big hit in high school was actually the first clip of sophomore year in Jones County.
That
But
was it. Was that big one?
yeah,
Was
that
where you
was
forced
the
the
first.
fumble?
Yeah, that was the first big. Well, on varsity, JV freshman year, I was getting big hits every week. But my first big hit on varsity, it was definitely that one right there. That
Was
was like
that your? Did you
in the
have
second quarter.
Did you have that moment, your first maybe game on varsity that, oh, I belong here moment? Was it that big hit or was it another moment where you just had your, oh yeah, like I belong here?
It was the first play on defense in our first game against Jones County sophomore year. I was the first person to get a tackle, so I was like, yeah, I've been waiting for this. This is the
Let's
time.
go.
Also, like, we do like patty camps in the summertime, so that being in the summertime, starting going against those teams, like me still making plays, like just like Little League, it was like I finally get a chance to show my talent.
For you, what was it? Was it interesting for you when the light bulb went off? What was it, a moment where you were like, oh, like I'm I can run with these guys. I can do everything I did at that last level here. Like, was it interesting for you when that light bulb went off for you?
I mean, of course, it was a big deal. But like in my head, like even as a freshman, like I know I wasn't. I know I wasn't starting every night on Friday nights. But like I felt like I could run with those guys. Then maybe I couldn't, but like in my mind, I did. Me being on scout team, going against all the guys. I used to not even like. I used to try to not even miss no scout team reps. Like going in there every day against the first team. Like if I can make plays on the first team and we at the end of the year win the state championship, it should be enough for me to come in next year and ball out on the rest of the opponents. So I was definitely ready for that.
And look, if you add a program like that, who gonna get you better than practice? Like
Right,
you just said, I'm going up against 3, 4, 5 stars, and the ones that don't got stars should have them.
right.
It's a squad full of dogs. So if what I can do is get on the field for all these reps, I'm gonna get all these reps because they're good quality reps. You're going up against someone that's playing Power Five football next year, that's
Yes, sir.
playing FCS football next year, guys that are going to get their college paid for. You can't beat those reps. Now here another game this year. This is y'all going against St. Francis,
Yeah, this
who
game was tough.
have who have a, depending on the publication, a 4 or 5 star quarterback, Michael Van Buren. What's it like when y'all see St. Francis on the schedule? Obviously, everybody on y'all schedule either killers or coming to try to establish themselves. But
Right.
when you see another powerhouse like this, what's the squad like getting ready for this one?
Oh man, ain't gonna lie. We knew we was ready for this. Like, they're not like those other national programs. Like we got respect for all national programs, but they don't go through the things we go through. They don't have the tradition we had. They don't play for what we play for. They don't, you know, a team like St. Francis. They travel every week. They have like no common ground type stuff. This play that you're gonna play right here was actually controversial. Like after this play, I got jumped by the whole team. This is what ended our game.
What?
Yes, yes.
All right, we gotta get into this then. All right, break this down for us, bro. Break
So this
break
like
this
this
down
the
for
last
us.
play. This the last play of the game. I'm dropping in coverage. I see Mike Van Buren running. He passed the line of scrimmage. I say Oregon, and knock him out.
You said it right before you hit him.
I said it before this play.
Hey, that I love that swagger, bro. I absolutely love that. So they wasn't exactly happy with you after that one.
Mm. I had to get him. I had to.
When you see a quarterback like that, do you feel like, all right, if you're gonna come out here in my land, I gotta punish you?
Oh yeah, yes, for sure. Especially if it's a guy like all respect to Mike Van Buren, especially if it's a guy, highly recruited. I'm gonna show you why I'm highly recruited too.
Hey, hey, I gotta stamp this game too.
Like,
So how'd that situation end? I would imagine it didn't end that well.
Yeah, yeah, very well, but on to next week.
But to the whistle, right? 8 gonna play to the whistle.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But still
This is
being in a
like
big game, how was this one? Because previous 2 games, first half, not what you guys wanted. How'd you guys come out against St. Francis?
this was the first game of the season, so we came out turned. We came out clicking on all cylinders. This was early playing the game. This kind of turned up our defense, but some games, just like all
On
teams,
the edge.
come out a little slow. Some games you come out ready and prepared. So we was definitely ready for
So
this
we
game. Man.
we see you coming off the edge here. What I am begging your defensive coordinator to do more of, because so they gonna run a screen here. Again, this is being disruptive. It's a screen, but my boy gonna turn that extra gear on. He knows the offensive lineman lets him go, but still, I'm gonna get to the quarterback as fast as I can. First of all, I'm gonna put him on his butt so he knows I'm here. Second off, I'm gonna disrupt this throw. Yeah, y'all were a turn. Y'all were a turn. But I love this. I love that versatility, being dropped down to the edge, coming off the edge, and that speed. Because obviously he's trying to hold out as long as he can, but he
Right.
can't here because you are closing down on him. That closing speed coming off the edge that's wicked. And then the wherewithal of everyone else to get this running back washed up. That's what I mean about this defense. Where when you look at the highlight, the first thing we look at is Mantrez because he gets the pressure here. But when you play back the play and you watch why the whole thing didn't work, he gets the pressure to force the early throw. They recognize it's a screen and get the running back washed up here. That is assignment football. That's a defense playing together instinctively. It wasn't like while you running, you turn back and say, "Hey, running back right there, bro." They know. All right, they let him go. He right here. That's just beautiful defensive football.
Assignment football.
Assignment football, man. Shout out your defensive coordinator, because y'all,
Oh, sure.
you boys play aggressive, you play hard, you play fast, but it's measured aggression. Everyone is
That's
where
my
they're
guy.
supposed to be.
Coach May gonna dial it up every week.
Whoo! Shoot
Yeah.
that gap. Come on. Too quick for the guard. He tried. Too quick. Only giving him your outside shoulder too. You were not worried about this dude. you were not worried about this dude shooting this gap. You gave him enough of a punch so he knows, hey, stay where you at. And then, bro, you got it is a heat-seeking missile. Is once you get close to a running back, wrapped up, gone. That's what we call a run stuffer. You hear people say stuff the run. This is stuff in the run. Shooting the gap, keeping his outside shoulder free or his inside shoulder free here. And this is really just quickness. This guard just didn't have enough time. He's not quick enough to get out on Walker. It's just not going to happen. When they dialed this up, you was licking your chops. I know it. What point of the game was this?
This was probably like, I want to say like end of the second quarter. Like they had just got the ball back. It's like first down. So I'm thinking they fin inside zone, or they was gonna pass it out to that dude right there who ran a little motion. So
Either way, you was gonna be in pursuit.
yeah, either way I was gonna be in pursuit.
And against a team like this that has a prolific quarterback like that, when you can stuff the run early and often like this, and then get to pin your ears back on somebody like that, to where it's like, all right, if you gonna beat us, you gotta beat us, because ain't nobody else. This ground game ain't gonna beat us. That's key. I know, especially someone who's a student of the game like you. After a quarter or two, when y'all are stuffing the run like that, I know you looking at your DNs like, all right, y'all, we done we done opened it up for you. Like, it's because now they get to pin their ears back and go.
Yeah.
But in order for that to happen, you guys got to set the tone early and do the. And again, everyone in the box here. Oh yeah, you was hyped for this one.
I
You was hyped for this one.
think
And
this
they
is like
do have a good offense. They have a that it's younger than it was last year, but it is still a good offense.
I want to say this play. I think running back did like a wheel out the backfield or some third down situation.
There we go. That's that Derek Brooks in you, bro. You got some Derek Brooks in you. To be able to get back like that in coverage, and again, the pressure from the rest of the. You
Yes.
know what helps the back end? He
Yeah,
running
pressure.
for his life back there, bro. But we see our guy, very Derek Brooks esque, getting back in coverage, and then the front seven doing what it's doing,
Always.
bro.
This is another
That
play. They did a little wheel out the backfield, third down.
so they were trying to test or figured that they would test y'all's linebackers.
Sure.
Because again, I feel like that's lock that down. I feel like that's an aspect of your game that's underrated. That
Yeah.
maybe offensive coordinators are looking like, oh, he a thumper. Let me get somebody out there in space on him. But y'all
Like our
watch.
but like our defensive coordinator, like he's so like his mind is just so like there, like to where he's not gonna set his players up to be in bad situations. So even if they put you on the island, you'll either have some help or you'll be in a situation where you don't gotta just give this guy your all. Like you can play him at a certain angle, you can have a certain leverage on him to win the 1-on-1. So you'll be straight. You just gotta do what he tell you.
I think they tried a natural pick here to get you
Mm-hmm.
caught up in the wash a bit.
Yeah, but my eyes was on that back, so
Yeah, this is again not getting caught up. Receivers probably could have ran that better to try to get you in that, but again, that's playing in space, having those instincts to know I'm not gonna get caught up in any of this underneath any of these drags. Go over the top, shut down, and this is what helps. Obviously, there is pressure already, but he can't get rid of the football where he wants to.
mm-mm.
He wants to get rid of the ball there. He cannot. That's again, bro, not just you doing your job, the front seven doing your job, and then him looking for his safety valve, and you got him blanketed over there.
Yes, sir.
That's team defense to the T.
It was a play I
Did you
had.
know they were going to try a lot of these wheel routes on you and try to get you out in space?
Yeah, I knew that was coming. We was dialed in. We was dialed in this week, so I knew like third down. I got my outside backer coming outside of me. I got to replace him, so I knew they was gonna try it. I didn't know if it was gonna be the quarterback scrambling out because I heard this quarterback did run, or it was gonna be the wheel route because the quarterback would have scrambled out right here, or they either force him to the sideline because I'm already on the sideline, so he either
Yeah,
gonna have
you
to cut
already on the
in,
sideline.
either gonna have to cut in or keep it outside.
And
I was
then,
gonna
like,
do that.
let's say you guys don't have the pressure here, right? And he does get outside. When we talk about pursuit for a defense,
Oh yeah, he's
your defensive
pursuing.
your
He's
defensive tackle is already taking an angle.
right.
Already
So
got it in his mind that if he get around this corner, he already taking an angle.
yeah, so if he cut in, it's over with, and if he keep it straight, it's definitely over with because he wasn't
It's
going.
over with.
Yeah, so
That's what I'm talking about when I say team defense and having it between the ears. Not just hey, let me go make a play. He also realizes, hey, if he get out and he cut back inside, he done. And I see my boy out here on the sideline. So if he go that way, he's done. That impressive defense. And here we go again here. There we go. That's the captain of the defense right there making calls. Walk us through this.
so it's like a little scan check. So start off as a left call. So that's when I slide outside the box. It switched to right mid play. So that's why I'm telling him to get over. So I push him to get over to this gap in case they run out there. Then I know they run in zone that way, but matching the angle of the back, I know he about to cut back right here because no other open gaps. And I made a boom.
Look, y'all, this is everything you want from a middle linebacker in a clip. Like, this is everything you want in a clip. That's formation recognition, getting his guys in the right place, even if I got to forcibly put you in the right spot, but making sure my boy is in the right position, diagnosing, boom, and then finishing. Come on. Hey, you got a little bit of defensive lineman tenacity in you too. You got a little bit of it's not enough to have you down. You need to stay down mentality in you too. But that tenacity, bro, with your sideline to sideline speed, the word elite gets thrown around a lot. That is elite linebacker skills. Like if you write that down, you write your skill set down on a piece of paper. Like I said earlier, Derek Brooks, Luke Kuechly, you have that same ilk with you when you watch you on film. Easily one of the most instinctual players that I've seen in any class. It was a joy to watch your film. Before I let you go, there's a couple questions I got for you. I like to ask recruits, what's your why? What drives you to be the best, to go out there every day, practice your hardest, and like you said, when you're not seeing Buford football in the first half, knowing I gotta turn up. What is it that drives you?
What drives me really is my family. Like, they motivate me week in, week out. Me knowing like all the sacrifices they made, things that we go through that off camera that people don't see. It just, you know, helps me, helps me to do better. Like, helps me to like want it more. Me and my dad, me and my mom, we all have our own special relationships. So them just pushing me in every week. I know the things that they do. I know how hard they go for me. So me being able to repay them back with like a game that I love, something that I want to do, and I know whatever I do, even if it wasn't football, but football is my thing. So I know I'm gonna be great in it. I know I'm gonna give my all in it, and I can't quit because this is what I love to do, and I got dreams, aspirations, making it to the biggest level possible. So I'm gonna just keep on working to get there.
Like with the mentality you have, let's throw the athleticism is off the charts, the football skills is off the charts, but the person and the guy in between here and the mentality you have, bro, there's nothing you won't be successful at. That competitive nature, that that transcends just football, it's life to want to be the best at whatever you do. My grandmother used to have a saying. She used to say the world needs ditch diggers too. So no matter what you do, you be the best at it. If you dig ditches, you be the best at digging ditches. If it's your job to take on this pulling guard, you be the best to ever blow up this pulling guard they've ever seen. If it's your job to sweep, you just be the best at whatever it is you do because the world needs you to be great at it, no matter what that is. I love hearing that from you. I love that competitive edge. Now, on a lighter note, I got to ask, what's a hidden talent from Mantrez Walker that we don't know that's outside of football?
Freestyling.
Hey, for real?
Yeah, I can freestyle a little bit.
Hey, I gotta hear something, man. Trez, real quick, break us off something.
I ain't got none right now. I need a beat.
You got to send me something. I gotta hear this. That's live though. I love hearing that, man. Easily one of my favorites that I've gotten to talk to. Rasta put me onto your film, and from the first time I watched it, I was just like, oh, this dude is a middle linebacker. He is everything. When you go to create a middle linebacker on Madden, it's Mantrez Walker. That's who we create. That Derek Brooks, that Ray Lewis, that prototypical Luke Kuechly, Patrick Willis, those guys that can be thumpers in the middle, but run sideline to sideline too, and be the captain and the heart and soul of a defense. That that kind of player is a championship player. You need championship players to build a championship team. So
Yes, sir.
whatever school gets you at the next level is getting a championship football player and a championship young man. I
Yes,
just
sir.
wanted to tell you congratulations on all of your success that you've had and the success you will continue to have in the future. Obviously, you
Appreciate that.
guys are going for another state title, so I wish y'all the best of luck. And anytime you guys got games that are streamed, shoot me the link and I'll tweet it out and I'll pull up and show some support for you, bro. Because I got to watch this defense because let me tell you something, y'all. It's him, and he got 10 others that's like just as competitive and aggressive and tenacious as he is. So we are all excited to see what the rest of the year looks like for Buford and for you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
And let them know where they can follow you on Instagram and Twitter. And I will link his social medias down in the description, and his huddle as well, because he adds his games as he has them. So you can continue to watch him throughout the year. And then when the year's up, when you have your full junior season, we'll come back and we'll watch your full junior season on the channel too.
Well, y'all can follow me on Twitter at Mantrez Walker, capital M, capital W, Mantrez Walker. You can follow me on Instagram at Mantrez, Manntrez. You can follow my huddle, Mantrez Walker. That's about it.
I will link all those down below. Y'all go follow my boy. Trust me, you are going to want to keep up with the rest of his season. 4-star linebacker, one of the best in the country, playing for one of the best teams in the country and one of the best defenses. Pull up and support my guy. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. Go follow Mantrez Walker right now. We out.